Good evening. How are you? Well, it's in the 70s. Can you believe that? And well, the humidity is 27%, so that's not bad. And the wind is 2.2 and considered breezy by Thomas Jefferson. Well, we had a busy day with Trump today, kind of scattered across the landscape, not everything going his way, starting with his public admission that his big, beautiful bill ain't so beautiful, and it's really a big, bad bill, and so he's trying to rename it so that he can fool the people into thinking it's really better and it's a different bill than the one they've been hearing about when they've been pummeling their local representatives back home. Well, good. It's nice to watch this guy get pie in the face, isn't it? And as opposed to watching him increase his girth by eating it. Now, the other day, there was this bullshit search of Bolton's home and his office. And today he struck back in an editorial hitting Herr Führer in the face. So it's good to see the fight. The fight is what's necessary. I see some people online saying, oh, no, don't fight. Well, when you don't fight, particularly when somebody else is pounding on you, you lose. You have to fight. This is about our liberty and freedom, and you don't have to conceive it anew. You don't have to consider what it might be like, because we have all of the indicia from past events in which liberty and freedom was compromised by dictators and know-nothings and people who only cared to have power aggregated to them and to abuse and disturb all the people from what might be a normal life, a lifestyle that would be pleasurable. In this category, FEMA today said we better do something about funding them because we are risking losing the gains that we made with the projects that we had. You hear that, Trump? Well, Trump doesn't hear it. He doesn't read. He doesn't think. These guys have an assembly line of bullshit for him to sign, and he gets to do the only thing he likes to do, add his name to it, like he does to the buildings. You know, that's a Trump building. What does that mean? Well, it probably means overpriced, lower material, probably slave labor, or at least people in violation of labor laws, because that's who he is. Now, remember how he tried to cut a deal so that Eric Adams would get his case dismissed, and Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, would help Trump? Well, Eric Adams, in his final days, perhaps, as mayor of New York City, is saying, don't you try that stuff with us, meaning the stuff in which it's martial law in D.C. and perhaps soon in Baltimore and about to come around the bend in Chicago. Oh, he's not a dictator. No. Well, before we talk about Mr. Dictator, keep in mind that Garcia is now seeking the asylum by his lawyers. So he's not only trying to stay here legitimately, the judge is perhaps opening a door so that something similar to justice might occur. How about that? So for the second day in a row, Trump said, I am not a dictator. Yeah, that's sort of similar, but maybe a worse admission, because when Nixon said, I am not a crook, he plainly was a crook. And this guy is plainly trying to be a dictator. And he thinks we didn't notice. How many people can you repress and have them say, I don't think he understands. I don't think he understands. I don't think he knows what's going on. Well, it may be true he doesn't know what's going on, but he knows what he wants. And it's a mixed bag of getting even, racist deportation, racism at home against black or largely populated by black citizens. We've been fighting for years, hundreds of years, to perfect this union. And we've made some important strides in that direction. And then this Goomba comes in and he wants to get rid of all of the advances of civilization that have been reflected when there still needed to be more. And from 2015, he ended the whisper and he started shouting racist things. Charlottesville was one example. There have been others. And so we have to keep in mind that the Not only is the war on, that is, the war to resist, the war to return America to the republic it was, a war to guarantee us representation in the republic so that we have some say about the direction of our government, which is as a republic, not as a dictatorship. So, Herr Trump, not a dictator? Ha! He said he wanted to be one for a day, and apparently when he got there, he discovered that he wanted to be it forever. And so that's where he stands. And by the way, his attacks on the court today got a real kick in the head, because what happened is that there was a lawsuit in Maryland against the 15 judges, 15 federal judges there. And today, another judge cleared the table and said, that's all nonsense. That's not going to happen. These people, these judges are entitled to do what they're doing. And we've had enough of the kind of slanders against judges, the attacks against judges in recent days to compromise the rule of law. And so this Judge Cullen, Tom Cullen, give him an award. He said, this is not going to work. This is not going to stand. So stop this. Well, where are we? Basically where we are is we are in a fight, but we're in it this time. There are more and more people coming into the arena and swinging, whether it be a Bolton or Garcia, people who don't want an invading force in the cities where they live, people who are feeling constraints in their ability to speak freely, those who need medical care. We have an army of people in trouble, and we are the people who joined together can overcome this criminal regime of Trump. So that's what I got to say for today. So until tomorrow, I'll talk to you then. Bye-bye.